Just a quick video on the Marino bike frame ordering process. So those that followed my full source steel build will know that I used a Marino frame, but that Marino frame was an eBay purchase and somebody else had already ordered it. So with that experience over and knowing how good the frame was, I decided to try and actually order a couple from Marino and see what the experience is like. So I went to marinobike.com, and if you go to shop order custom frames and full suspension MTB frames, what you can then do is you answer all these questions. So fork length, wheel size, rear wheel clearance, seat tube angle, reach, seat tube length. Don't take any of these figures. I've just punched these in as example. You'll probably get a horrible bike if you actually copied them. But head tube type, head tube angle, chainstay length, bottom bracket drop, seat tube diameter, dropper. Do you want dropper routing, seat tube, bottom bracket, the chain ring, what type of brake mounts you want at the rear, the type of shock you're going to be running, how much travel you expect from that, the dropout types, the sizes of the dropout, your optional extras, tubing, the types of colours you want, the finish, whether you want mounts for your chain device, the rear triangle design, and it gives you the price down here in US dollars. Just as I say, don't copy those figures. Once you've added a frame or two, and just remember it's 110 US dollars for postage, but it's also 110 US dollars for posting two. So you might you might find it more economical to actually buy multiple frames and save on the postage than to just buy one frame. Add that to cart, and then the guys at Marino will start to email you. They'll email you a bike CAD drawing of your frame, so you can make little adjustments. And once you've done that and you've signed it off, you pay a deposit. It's 100 US dollars a frame, and that goes to the workshop, and Marino himself then goes and builds that frame. It takes about 14 to 16 weeks at the moment to get a frame build. So I ordered this one in December, so I'm expecting it at some point in April once we put on the shipping and everything else. In terms of it coming into the UK, it's coming from Peru. The UK does have a free trade agreement with Peru, but I don't know exactly what that covers. So in terms of taxes, I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out. As a minimum, VAT is going to have to go on top, so that's at least 20%, and plus whatever else needs to be added on there as part of transfer of border tax and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's the process thus far. So I've already gone through the putting in two lots of figures for two frames, going through the consultation process, and it's been submitted in now. I'll put a couple of pictures on the screen now, sort of what they look like. I've taken the figures out, not because I'm overly precious about anybody copying them, but more I don't want anybody to copy figures for what could be a terrible bike. And obviously this is a lot of information for a normal person to probably come up with. You're probably going to base it on something else. Just bear in mind, if you do base your figures on a bike you've seen and the geo charts you've seen for another bike, the seat tubes on these ones are straight. The bike model you might be choosing to base geo figures on might have a bent seat tube, and that's just for wheel clearance, so just bear that in mind. But also, different manufacturers measure geo differently, and generally it's either at sag or not at sag, and some manufacturers that you may copy off won't necessarily tell you whether it's sagged or unsagged, so really just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll let you know in a few months how this has turned out.